These are the stories
My little girl, she's changing lives just by being herself.
of organizations and people making a difference.
When you first tell someone about adaptive wheelchair boxing, it doesn't sound real.
And empowering others.
It saved my life. It saved my life.
Across Canada.
I scored my first goal in my first blind hockey game.
In our community.
The Team Jigger Foundation strives to give access to the community and everybody, no matter who you are, what you are, your mobility issue, that we will find a way that we can all do it together. So everybody can participate. My name is Jason Lunn, a founder of the Team Jigger Foundation. Other people know me as Jigger. We are here today in the Team Jigger Foundation building.
My name is Kenzie Lunn. I do marketing and communications for the Team Jigger Foundation here in Lacombe, Alberta. So Jason is my uncle. Team Jigger is a place and a community to promote accessibility and inclusion, not only the rehabilitation part of things, but what it means in the community to have access physically, mentally. The slogan for Team Jigger is "Together every body achieves more." In such a simple way defines what Team Jigger as a community and as a foundation is able to do.
So I'm Kim, we're at Team Jigger today. I started coming here because I have an autoinflammatory disease, so I've always had it, but I wasn't diagnosed until 2014. Since then, I've lost all function of my digestive tract. I have intestinal failure. I've slowly lost my strength in my legs and my core. I have autonomic neuropathy, so basically everything that should happen automatically in your body doesn't happen either at all or doesn't happen properly. And I started using a wheelchair about 5 years ago now. Initially just for long outings, but now pretty much all the time.
My name is Shar Lockhart, and we are here in the Team Jigger facility. I was diagnosed with POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's basically where the vessels in your body don't contract properly to push the blood back up to your heart. So when you stand up, your blood tends to pool and you don't have enough blood in your heart to get to your brain.
At the time, I didn't really need specific rehab, but during flare-ups, I've been told I could have, 6 weeks of rehab at the hospital, and then kind of good luck. Hope you figure that out or the rest out on your own. I was a number to them. I wasn't focused on me and what I needed and what was going to make my life better versus just what fit their textbook.
There was just some ads in the paper and online about Team Jigger coming.
And I was curious about it, but I wasn't really sure if I fit in. I don't have a spinal cord injury. I wasn't sure if I was kind of their target audience.
Didn't really know what was going on, and it wasn't sort of this defined, I for sure have had a stroke or I for sure have a spinal cord injury. It was sort of this middle ground. And it became apparent very quickly to me that I was in the right place.
It's totally up to me what we work on every day. It's all about what my goals are. I feel like I'm coming back to a family. Everybody knows that I've been on vacation, or everybody knows that I was at the hockey game on the weekend and they ask how it was, and they actually make me feel like I belong. To access comparable resources through the province, the wait lists are outrageous. Sometimes 2 years, sometimes more than 2 years.
It's not very feasible for me, in my family situation, to be traveling to the city 3 days a week. And so I think I would have kind of accepted that, oh, this is my life and I'll do the things I can try to do, but
you can't put your life on hold forever, waiting to learn to drive again or waiting to access a piece of equipment that could change your life.
Yes, you can be negative and have a pity party, but small window. You need to have that so that you can think of it, so that you can come out of it. If you keep moving it, you won't lose it. If you quit, you quit.
Treatment outcomes are exponentially greater because they have access to the equipment that they require so much closer to home. So they're much more likely to actually go through with their treatment protocols. And they're just so amazed that we have this sort of technology in central Alberta and they don't require going to the city centers. So to create this space that is so welcoming, it is huge for their outcomes and their families.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally life-changing that I can access the rehab here. The first changes I started noticing were like hand strength. I was able to do more things on my own at home. I was dropping my phone less. I was able to make my own drinks and hold my cups more on my own. Transferring in and out of my chair has gotten easier. Again, a huge step for independence. Being able to dream bigger, I guess, has been the big thing that's kept me coming back. Seeing goals that just felt impossible a year ago when I started.
If Team Jigger didn't exist, I actually don't know that I would be walking right now, to be honest. I don't think I would have had the support or known how to move forward and to regain the independence that I have now.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community. Founded on accessibility and inclusion for all levels of ability, Team Jigger breaks down barriers every day within their community, allowing anyone to take charge of their own circumstances. To get the full picture of Team Jigger, we have to go back to the day when this integral foundation began, January 14th, 2011.
That day of my accident, I was on my way back from Red Deer. It was blizzard conditions. I was about 1 kilometer away from turning off into Lacombe, and I had slowed down because I couldn't see where I was going. I was doing about 15 kilometers, and I was rear-ended by a semi. He was probably doing about 85, and all I remember was the hit and a funny feeling going down my body, and I knew right there that something was up. I was in ICU for 2 weeks, and then I was in acute for 5 weeks. Then they moved me to the Glenrose for rehab for 3 months. My rock, as I call her, my wife, was up there for 99 days straight.
I just felt like that's where I needed to be. There wasn't always, with a spinal cord injury, he couldn't help himself. He couldn't jump out of bed when he needed something, and I just felt like I needed to be there with him through this. My name is Colette Lunn, and I am Jigger's wife of 25 years.
My name is Riker Lunn. My dad is Jason Lunn, the founder of Team Jigger. I'd say the biggest thing was I grew up pretty fast and learned a lot of things that most kids at that age probably weren't doing, but I'm glad I did.
I knew that things were going to be different, and I vowed to them that I would try to make our life as normal as possible in our new way. So we called it the new normal. So you can do whatever you want to do, just in a different way now. And I find that to do that, you need that special equipment, you need help. So I had the vision to start the Team Jigger Foundation. So I vowed to help other people along my journey.
I am Gigi Lunn, and Jason Lunn is my father. He has always been such a positive person and such a positive role model, even when life throws you challenges, and that you really can overcome anything.
When the doctor came in and told me that I would never walk again, right off the bat I said, well, whatever, you can't tell me what I can and can't do. When you're lying there in the hospital, you're thinking of, how are we gonna make this normal? You've got young kids and they're gonna grow up, and my daughter was 11 when my accident happened. And when I got close to graduation, I was bound and determined that I was going to dance with her. And I knew that my rehab was not going to be at that stage where I could do it without accessible equipment. So I researched a stand-up wheelchair. I modified it with a platform in the front. And she didn't know about that platform, that I had done that. So, sorry, but that's okay. When it was time for the father-daughter dance, I stood up and we danced.
Very, very emotional day for me. Probably my favorite memory with him. My name is Cadence Lunn, and my dad is Jason Lunn, Jigger, the Jigger in Team Jigger. I was dancing beside all my friends with their dad, and that was the coolest thing about it.
I would say all the things since I started the foundation. We do a fundraiser called Strides for Accessibility, where in a specialized piece of equipment called the light gate. And I vowed that I was going to walk the length of a football field in this specialized piece of equipment. So I had two gentlemen that I'm friends with today, come in and they lifted me out of my chair, put me on the mat. So I crawled the first 10 yards of the football field. They got me into the light gate and I did 20 yards, had to have a break. Get the blood pressure regulated, do another 30. Get to the end, I turned around and a good buddy of mine had just recently passed away. He was big in supporting me while I was in the hospital. So I vowed that I was going to walk back as far as I could for him. It was after a football game and both of the football teams lined up and they stayed there the whole time cheering me on. It's all about promoting accessibility and helping people with their mobility issues, no matter what their age or their condition.
The community support has been incredible. Without that, I don't think we would be near to where we are today.
It's a name and it's my dad's legacy too in the community, not just in the facility, but around town. People know, that's Jigger.
As awkward as it can be sometimes to have random people be like, oh, I know you and your family, it's also special to know that my dad has made that much of an impact on people's lives.
He says I'm his rock, but really he's my rock, and just how he wakes up every day and chooses to be positive.
They said he'd never walk again, and in the hospital he always said, I'm going to prove them wrong. I will, one day.
I will walk. Without a specialized piece of equipment, I will walk. If we have to do it with specialized equipment at first, that's what we'll do. But there will be a day when I walk again.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community. The Team Jigger sledge hockey team practices every Monday night at the Eagle Builders Center, home of the Black Falls Bulldogs.
He banks it over my head. Oh! And he scores on me. Not a chance this time, buddy. Oh! Right under my stick. We got a goalie change. Yeah, the little guy said I was a sieve. Nice. Hey, a little fist pump for the camera. All right.
My name is Brent Hawsey. I'm 44 years old. I was in a motor vehicle accident May 13th, 1998, where I sustained a T4 incomplete spinal cord injury. Getting funding for disabled adult athletes is almost unheard of. From 2010 until about 2018, there was really nothing going on in Central Alberta. Again, no programs, no nothing. And so the disabled community in Red Deer is further driven into their homes where they don't know what they're going to do for activities.
Sledge hockey allows people of all ages and abilities to come together in sport. And as Team Jigger's mission is to have every body reach their highest potential, Sledge provides them with this opportunity to live and function without barriers.
Sledge is a pretty cool feeling to have your family, your friends, and doing something that everybody can do. When we're out there together in the sledge, you're equals.
I had heard of Sledge before in passing, in the sense that I'd seen it, maybe on TV during the Olympics. I hadn't seen it locally or heard of it available locally. The therapists I see here were like, this would be really good for you. And it's really good to try things out of your comfort zone. And I did. And then I loved it.
In the neighboring town of Black Falls, Alberta, a local hockey game is taking place at the Eagle Builder Center. Team Jigger gears up and prepares to go on the ice. They hope to showcase not only the Team Jigger Foundation, but educate the community on sledge hockey. It's exciting, entertaining, and inclusive for every body.
It's time to watch some sledge hockey. So without further ado, please welcome our friends at Team Jigger Foundation. We'll be showing how the game is played. Welcome them out on the ice, everybody. Give a warm welcome.
I think what I love about sledge hockey the most is the freedom on the ice. You can fly. There's not really anything that I've done like that since I've been disabled.
Team White takes the lead just like that.
There's such a camaraderie, and getting off and just feeling so giddy and so alive and so hopeful. There's ways that I can enjoy sport, and I can enjoy team, and I can enjoy competition. I love it. It was a huge gift and a really well-timed gift in my life.
I think we need more program development in Central Region, but one individual can't do it. I commend Team Jigger for what they're doing and how much they're moving forward, because it really is a substantial amount of work.
My name's Ray Wasdal. I'm on the board of directors for Team Jigger Foundation, and I'm also the sledge hockey coordinator for Central Alberta. Our long-term goal is to get us to a point where we have teams here in Central Alberta, and we want to have regular games, but we also want to develop a league. The vision for Red Deer is to be an adaptive sport hub. And so sledge hockey is a big part of that. And Team Jigger Foundation is at the center of that. And of course, there's other sports that we would want to be involved with too.
In the city of Red Deer, Alberta, the GH Community Center has reopened its doors to the public after months of renovations, providing new expansions with accessibility in mind.
The DAW is moving forward and implementing those changes. It's like dedicated sledge ice, which is super awesome.
Nerves are high as Team Jigger prepares to go up against the Calgary Scorpions. Both teams will be the first to play on the new ice to promote sledge in front of the Red Deer community.
So first of all, welcome everybody to the DAW grand opening. As you can see, an amazing facility, and we're going to have some fun today. Thank you to the Calgary Scorpions for making the trip up here. Really appreciate that. This is an excellent day. Have a lot of fun. Thanks for being here.
3, 2, 1, Team Jigger!
As the puck drops, both teams give off a strong display of determination and confidence. The energy in the arena is buzzing, and as the periods go on, it's a tight match. With Calgary's efforts trying to score from all angles, Jigger's show-stopping goaltending denies the Scorpions' offense. With the locals on the edge of their seats, Team Jigger gives it their all. And with dedication, they score for Central Alberta. Team Jigger scores again, and as the buzzer sounds, the game has come to an end. Despite Team Jigger's efforts, they fall to the Calgary Scorpions as the final score is 4-2. Team
Jigger Foundation really does have this beautiful way of creating and fostering community. Maybe you're navigating a difference and somebody else is navigating a difference, and none of it matters. If I had a chance to talk to people who were in a similar situation where they maybe had a difficult prognosis or weren't sure what life would look like in the future, I'd encourage them to reach out and look for that support. And of course, like, I would want them to come to Team Jigger and ask for support and help, because I think they will be amazed at what they can do. Even in situations that seem quite finite, there can be a lot of progress made, and so don't give up. Don't give up regardless of the circumstance, because there can be really rich, beautiful things that come either way.
Producer Aidan Campbell. Director Aidan Campbell. Writers Linnea Bryce and John Bello. Interviewer Aidan Campbell. Director of Photography John Bello. Camera operators John Bello, Cameron Ing, Nicholas Bolerice. Location audio Greg Birkin. Editors John Bello, Nicholas Bolerice, Linnea Bryce, Cameron Ing. Sound mix Nicholas Bolerice. Special thanks Seth Hazy, Ryan Strachnitsky, Team Jigger staff. Narrator Jim Van Horn. Graphics Andrew Antonello. Integrated Describe Video Consultant Ron Rickford. Supervising Producer Jennifer Johnson. Content Development Specialist Jim Crisco. Manager Programming Lizanne Gagne. Director Content Development and Production Kara Nye. Vice President Content Development and Operations John Melville. President and CEO David Arrington. A 2C Media production.
An AMI original production.